Hi everybody, how you guys doing? Welcome to my channel. And I mentioned this in another video, but I will do this again because I had to restart. So hope you guys are doing really well on this Saturday. I recently just uploaded my Sephora sale recommendation, so I hope you will check that out. Also, I did want to kind of give you right now, I wanted when I do get my products in, because I did do a little purchasing for Rouge members, because I am a Rouge, and for all the Rouge, you could start shopping on the 10th, which was yesterday, for the beginner influences, I think it is, the insiders, I'm sorry, the insiders, you get 10% off, and VIB, you get 15% off, Rouge, you get 20. So I hope you guys are getting your carts together and purchasing some new things. When my shipment comes, I will let you know what I've got and what's going on, the tea there. So today I want to just kind of give you a little updated spring look for like every day, things that I do. Sometimes I don't do, but I will let you know. So without further ado, don't forget to like and subscribe to my little humble channel. We're just a little happy family here. I like to get to know you, you get to know me. Just being honest over here. I hope that's not too bad for you. I'm just a girl next door, love makeup and love just, you know, interacting with you. So without further ado, let's get started, shall we? Okay, so let's start on foundation really quick. So there is one particular foundation I usually use during the spring, and it's kind of a go-to. I have a good number of foundations. I go back and forth, but my sort of holy grail for me in the spring and the summer is CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made. I don't know if you guys still use this or not. I'm in the shade D50. This is such a beautiful foundation. It's matte, but even with my normal to oily skin, I like that. So I don't like too much of a like matte look, but this gives me like just the good, really enough coverage, and it does kind of, I want to say mattifies. Is that a word? It is a word. Forgive me. I did my workout and I did a little breathing exercise because it's been a week, so forgive me on that. But this, oh, excuse me. This is a really good holy grail for me. You can't beat this with a stick. This is really good through the spring and summertime. This holds up really well. It doesn't seem to melt my face when it gets really hot. Because a lot of times I usually use skin tints and I don't use a lot of foundations, or at least a lot of foundation. I just use like a pump maybe. And this really does hold up very well. So if you guys still use this, let me know. This is a really good foundation. But today, I want to use, this is another CoverGirl because I love CoverGirl. This is their skin blurring skin tint. I got this last year. I'm sure you've seen a video of me testing this out before, but I wanted to use it again. So this is a little bit updated. This is also has an SPF of 30. I already have my SPF of 50 on, and all my skincare and everything. I did use my blurring primer today. I'm just using my Hard Candy Blur Unlock Primer. So this is, I'm just about out of this one. I did repurchase this one. So this is a soft focus finish, visibly reduces pores and fine lines. Your girl has a little bit of fine lines happen here, so we can kind of smooth them out, blur them out, take it out. You know, it does smooth the skin. So I feel like today we're going to just use this one today. Nothing wrong with a little extra SPF, but if you guys want me to use this one in another future video, let a girl know in the comments. But I just wanted to show you I do use this, and I started to use this one today, but I'm like, let me use this one. I mean, I need to get a more with this one because this is a really good foundation as well, or skin tint. But we're going to start off with this e.l.f. Soft Glam Brightening Corrector. You know, they have the concealer, which is also very good, but I wanted to use this one. So I might wind up doing a video on like my holy grails that I like using this in my stash. So I want to kind of switch it up a little bit, kind of update it a little bit. So your girl has got some dark circles. We've been drinking a lot of water. We've been trying to get rid of a lot of inflammation. And so my diet is definitely changing slowly but steadily. So your girl needs some coverage and do a lot of things here. So we're going to do something really quick. Probably this wouldn't take me maybe about 20 minutes to do if I'm not sitting and talking with you guys. But this is a really good this little color corrector. So let me blend this out really quick. Okay, so I'm kind of blending this out a little bit. I like to color correct in places where I just know I need it, in the little spots. This is a really good little concealer. It dries a little bit quicker, but this is really, really good coverage. I like to use a brush first, and then I go in with the sponge just to kind of blend it a little bit more. So this is just slightly damp. So I like to kind of blend all my eye products and foundations in a lot better. You know, I use a brush and then I go in with a sponge just to kind of make it a little more seamless and not look like there's two different colors happening. So you kind of look more cohesive, if that's the word. So I use that. So I am going to go in with my favorite concealers. I just cannot get away from these. These are the True Match Radiant Serum Concealers. I don't know why I don't know the name. I use these so much. I have the shades N8 and N9. The N9 is a little bit more my skin tone match, so I usually go in with that, but I kind of lighten in places where I want to. So I just kind of keep it right in this little area corner here. So, and on the lid, just kind of to neutralize everything. And I find that even when I do it this way, I don't ever use that much foundation. I'm going in with the N8. This is a little bit lighter. This is about a hair lighter than this one is. So this one's just about out. So I like to put it right there and let it blend just a little bit on the eyelid because we need to brighten up the eyes a little bit. And I go in with a brush as well. Sometimes I will do just the sponge on top. You know, just kind of blend with the sponge, but I know that takes away a little bit of product. But I like to kind of make sure this is, I won't say saturated, but like real blended, and then I can go in and smooth everything out. So that's kind of what I like to do. It looks a little red right now because that's the color corrector coming through, but nevertheless, everything will work out just fine. So let me blend this out as well. Okay, I want you to see what I was doing through the concealer. So I feel like when you do this way, you don't need a lot of foundation on your skin. You're just pretty much color correcting, concealing all the parts that you need, to where even you can just do the concealer as your everyday. And sometimes I do that, but just on a norm, when I just want to do like a skin tint, I find when I do it this way, I don't need that much foundation. So even on a hottest day, or even when you don't want to do much, you can just usually do this. But I may show you a video with that as well, just so you can just kind of set the places like where I just concealed and color correct, and just go with the face like that, because I have known to do that as well on just a really, really quick day. But I figured I would just show you a little more updated sort of things that I do. So this is what we got going here. I mean, you could just go with this and set it and blush and forget it, but I have to show you a video with that as well, because you can have just this really pretty natural look like you want. So let's get into the foundation really quick. Okay, we're going to do a skin tint, not foundation. Sorry about that. So we're going to go in with this CoverGirl Blurring Skin Tint. So you guys know you can find it at your nearest Walmart or online. When I got mine last year, I got it online before it kind of went to stores. So I usually shop on Amazon. That's where I normally find my makeup, because usually in my Walmart, sometimes you can't get or find what you're looking for. That's what's out, and sometimes you can get a discount on Amazon. So I'm all about the discount, saving some coin, because we got to save some coins here, people. Okay, I'm going to use this much. I'm going to tap a little bit on my hand, because you don't need much, because we're not going to have to cover so much. Just covering up the concealer moments there, and you don't need much at all. That's what I like about skin tints, and like a little bit goes a long way. And that was like really a little small pump. I don't do a lot. You can control how much you use when it comes to little squeezy bottles like this, because you know, it depends on if you're just heavy-handed. You don't have to be when you want a good coverage. So this, you know, with this little pump, this will give me like pretty much a good medium coverage, and I'm okay with that. So I don't need like a full coverage on a normal day. So that makes me really happy about that, because I don't have to work too hard to like cover everything. The concealer and color corrector kind of did that for me. So we're just kind of covering up and not looking like we have a breakdown of your skin and concealer right there. So, you know, not that that looked like that on me for what I could tell. So I'm sure you guys will let me know. But just kind of blending in with a brush. And then I will go over with a sponge. And let me bring you in. So this is what we look like with the sponge. So it's not a lot really. It looks like we have like a full face of foundation or a skin tint, but we really don't. So I'm just going in with the sponge over the brush sparks and just kind of naturally blend in everything. So we just look like we're, you know, all cohesive and together. Just well blended. Because this is like a, you can build this up like a good medium-ish coverage, but you can build it up, of course. But this has your SPF of 50, but I already have an SPF of 50, this is SPF of 30, I'm sorry. I have my SPF of 50 on, and I use that Diablo one, so I love that sunscreen. So definitely, if you haven't already got that, definitely try that one. But this is what we're looking like, very, I want to say just very evened out, and that's what I want today, just very evened out skin. I could use just a little bit right there in the end corner, so I will go back and fix that because I like a little bit more coverage around my eyes, just a little more brightening. So that's what I'll do. So let me do that and be right back. Okay, did that. I didn't want to look like I missed the spot or anything, so I just had to do a little brightening around the eyes because I need to look a little more fully awake right now. I feel like I'm just in the shadows behind. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so before I even set with powder, I'm going to use this one. This is something I have used last spring and last year through a lot. This is the LA Girl Contour Envy contour one. This is very pigmented. I don't know if you guys use this or not, but I know I probably used it in one of my videos. I can't remember, but this is a very good, really nice bronzer or contour. Sometimes I use it as a bronzer as well, a bronzer. But this is very pigmented, so we can just do a little bit because I don't want much of a contour today, just enough little hint. And this is in the shade, what shade are you? I think it's in the deep tone. This is deep. Yeah, it's like a medium deep or deep. So I don't want very much, so a little bit. This goes a long way. We'll do a little bit across here because this can spread very, very, very easy. So I'm just going to do a little bit. You probably can't tell I did anything right now, but it'll blend out. Give me a second. Okay, so I had to get my brush real quick. So I want this very little. This can be very, very pigmented. So I just did a little bit, but just enough to give me a nice little shadow contour. So I don't want very much today because we're going to do a nice little spring look. Just a little bit. And that just kind of gave me sort of a nice defined moment. So it just depends on the placement where you want to kind of bring everything in and give your face a little shape. So that's why I like to keep it at. So I just kind of work on the side and kind of bring it up. And sometimes I bring it up that way and kind of blend in. And I just kind of take whatever's left on the brush and I just kind of work it a little bit around the forehead and just kind of make sure it's in the hairline so it doesn't look like it's two-toned. And a little bit, goes a long way. So that just kind of gives you a nice little even contour, just on like around the perimeters a little bit. So it kind of warms, this definitely warms up the face, but this is very, very pigmented. I might just use a little bit on the nose, just so I don't have to use the powder. And I use the edge of the little sponge. So you want to be careful how much you squeeze out here. Because, oh my goodness, I made the mistake kind of putting some on one time before. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I did not mean to do that too much. So, little edge of these little sponges, they can be good, but sometimes can be really, really bad, depending upon how much pressure you put. So, definitely watch out for that. So, I'm going to finish blurring out my nose, and then we're going to start with something else. Okay, real quick, I like to use the butt of my sponge, and where I put the contour at, I just like to blend it in with my sponge, and kind of just make it a little more seamless and just not as stripe-like. So that's what I like to do. Since we didn't put too much on, I still feel like I need to just kind of blend everything and just melt everything together. so it doesn't look like it's so chopped up. That's what I like to do. Around the nose. There you go. You look sort of, you know, not a lot, but you look like it's just a nice little, let me show you. It's kind of hard to explain. So this is what you're looking like. It's contour, but like you're shaped out. You know, does that make sense? You're just kind of shaped out. Okay, so do a little blush here. So I like to use my Wet n Wild Mega Glow little blush here. This was also like a cheek and a lip product, but I use it as a cheek mostly. So this is a peach color. I do have like a burgundy color, and I use that once in a while, but I'll mix that in with something else. But this right here is really, really pretty for a nice summery peachy look. So I'm gonna apply that on the cheek. I know through my phone you may not be able to see this, but I will try to get a better view for you to look at when I put it on. Okay, so we're gonna do here, I'm gonna do this tone right here. This is a peachy look, and I'm gonna do one side really quick so you can see. So that's what we're looking like here. So I'm just gonna take my little elf sponge and just kind of blend it. Now I'm one of those people who don't take their blushes like all the way up to their eyes. My face cannot take it. Even if I don't use a lot, my face cannot take it. At least for me, I can't take it. I just feel like I have a bad infection or something. I like to kind of keep it, you know, up and up like that, like at an angle. So that's where I try to give myself a little look or a lift. I guess you can tell, but like a little lift, but like a nice blush, like a nice flush blush, if that makes sense. I don't like to keep it too close to the eye. Just kind of give it a little breakthrough there. So that is what we're looking like. I know you guys cannot see that, because like I said, it's just well blended, but it is a nice peachy shade. I really wish you guys could see that, but if you happen to have this or get this, it's giving a little bit of a glow, but it's really, really pretty. It's soft. It's very beach worthy. It's summer, spring, beach worthy color. So you can probably tell a little difference from nothing there to a little something there. So it blends in with the contour, and it's just real. It's not too pigmented, but it is pigmented enough that you could build upon, if that makes sense. You could definitely build upon this if you like that. So it shears out really nicely, and it does give you a nice little soft pigment. You can always add more, but I like just a nice flush color of it. So let me do the other cheek and we'll be right back. Okay, so we got the blush on, so I'm going to go set my eyes. I'm going to use the NYX Wonder powder. You guys know this is like one of my favorite. It has become one of my favorite Holy Grail under eye setting powder. So this is a little updated version. I love the fact that it has this little sifter sort of thing, so you can control how much you take out. So I like to use a brush first and then go in with the sponge that it comes with. So that's how I like to use it. So I'm gonna just take a little bit of this. I'll show you in one eye, and I find that you don't really need a lot of this powder because it is really pretty and it's nice little pigmentation, but it does blur. So a little bit of this goes a long way. So I'm going to use this little brush here. This is from Amazon. One of the brush sets I got is from Minaj. Definitely check this out. It's a whole set. So I'm going to use a little bit of this powder. Dust it off. Ooh, too much, too much, too much. People dust off your brushes when you dip it in powder, because we don't want you to go up and smoke either. So and maybe a bit much. Shake it off. Shake the devil out of it. All right, we're gonna go in under the eye, on top of the eye. That's enough to do both eyes, really. Or do that one. Just whatever's left on there, we can do both eyes. That's just really how easy it goes. We're gonna make it quick and simple for you. This is such a pretty powder. It blurs really nicely. It's not drying at all. I really have been thoroughly enjoying this this powder. I kind of go back and forth between this one and my the Tarte Creaseless powder. These are both really, really pretty. So do a little bit around my mouth. Let me dust some of this and be right back. All right, I'm just kind of dusting a little bit around my mouth, just so we can have a nice little blurred line around the mouth. Doesn't hurt at all. So I'm going to dust some of this other stuff off, of course, because we want to keep the excess off. And there you go. So I'm going to take another little brush that I use, little fluffy brush, just a plain little brush, and I kind of wipe some of that away. That's what I like to do first after I apply it, so it does kind of leave it still smooth. Just little things I actually do. So I think it's just a technique, how you get everything to blur and look really seamless and effortless without looking so powdery. And then kind of dust that around. Then I take the sponge that it comes with. I love this thing. I mean, I'm not a sponge girl, but I have become one using this. So I'm just going to use just a little bit of what's in the top here. Just a little bit. And I like to dab off, not even enough to be a problem. And then you just kind of go right in the creases here. I'm trying to take my little mirror here, and you just kind of press that powder in a little bit, because you don't have enough on the sponge to really do so much, and it just kind of melts everything together. So I'm just going to do this eye. You can kind of tell if you like better. That is so nice. So that's the one I did here, compared to just kind of sweeping away, which it looks pretty by itself, but when you press it in, it's so pretty and so feathery like. It's just melts. I love it. So let me do this really quick, and then I'll tell you about my eyebrow stuff that I will do. I'll do that part off camera so I can kind of rush through this a little bit, but I'll be right back. Okay, so finished with that. I just lightly powdered my over my face with the CoverGirl Clean powder. I love this. This is really a pretty light powder, so I like using this. I just did that, so we're going to go into the eyes really quick. So I like using this L'Oreal Faux Brow eyeliner, or I'm not eyeliner, but eyebrow pencil. It's been out of my circuit for a little while, but I like using this. So the only thing is it doesn't have a little spoolie that I really need to have a spoolie. That's the only thing I don't like about it. But we are going to try to find a spoolie. We are so uncoordinated right now. Oh, I got this little brush thing here. I got this at a store called Bell's. Used to be called Burke's. So this is my little organizer. So I had to organize all my brushes and stuff. So this is what I've been trying to like wrangle through. So this is really cute though. I'm trying to reorganize everything for spring. So anyway, having a little separate spoolie. So we're just going to spoolie up the little brows that I have. Put on a little chapstick. I don't really use too much lip oils as a conditioner type thing. So I'm just really that simple girl. So we are going to go in with this brow pencil. And I like the fact that it gives you like brow-like hairs. For a person like me who doesn't have a lot of brows, this works just as nice. And really gives you those the two little prongs that it has. I don't know if you guys can kind of see that. Sorry for my mirror being so dirty. But it has two little prongs on it. And it does give you a nice little brush through, or like little hair-like strokes. You just don't have to press too hard unless you have really good brows. Bless you if you do. You probably won't need this, just a little fill-in. But I don't have a lot of brows, just because of my health issues and stuff. So I do tend to lose a lot of hair. But this gives you what little bit you do have. It does kind of give you something to, you know, kind of mimic the brow hairs that you should have. And you can kind of go out deep, however deep you want to, or just as light with it. So I'm in the shade Deep Brown. So that gives you a nice little lift there. So from there to nothing. So it does give you a little curtain call. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. So let me come back and do the other one. Okay, so we got the other, I have the other brows, the other brow on. So if you feel like you got it too dark, just take a little fluffy brush that you use, like for dusting a little flour, the flour power on your eyes. Flour power. Yeah, you could look like you have too much flour on your face. Enough powder on your face. Just use that and just kind of lightly go over it, and that will also set it as well. So a little light powder, and it kind of takes away some of the dark. If you did your eyebrows too dark, just do a light powder over that, and it'll kind of tone it down a little bit for you. So that's like a little trick I've always done. But definitely, if you don't have any brows to little sparse brows, this will definitely give you the feeling that you need. I'm definitely here for you, so I'm not getting no microblading or anything like that. So I just don't need that. I will just use products that will give me what I need, you know. So, really quick, I have two bronzers here that one is a new one is not too old, but like came out a year or two ago. This one is the NYX Buttermelt Bronzer. We all know and love this bronzer. I want to kind of show it a little bit on one side and then do the other one, CoverGirl True Bling. You think this is like all other CoverGirl products, but I love CoverGirl, but it's kind of worked out that way, what I think is good for spring and summer. But I wanted to bring in some other versions of it. This one I have used quite a bit for spring and summertime. It's not hit pan yet. We are far from, because I've been trying a lot of other bronzers that I happen to love as well. So this one can really give you a nice little summer, spring summer bronzy look, but you be careful with this if you don't already have it. I'm going to do it on this side. So this is the NYX Buttermelt Bronzer. Now this is very pigmented and it can warm up the skin. So a little bit of this goes a long way. And it does give you a nice little color. But I do like this one. But CoverGirl has also come out with one that recently is the Skin Enhancer. I'm sure you guys know about this one. This is really, really pretty. This is the Sweet Espresso. What is it, 330? Shade 330 Sweet Espresso. I like this one. I've been using this quite a lot. Just on normal, just everyday kind of looks. And this is so pretty. It has a little bit of like a highlight in it or so, like a nice soft warm glow highlight, but it's not coming off so much where it does give you a glow, but it doesn't give you, you know, like a whole lot of just highlight and a lot of bronzer. It just kind of mixes the two. So I'm going to use that one on this side. It's kind of hard to choose the bronzers that you like because I'm a big bronzer person, but I don't wear a lot. So I just like doing a little bit at a time. But this gives you the nice little glow. So I feel like both of these could work very well for you for the spring or summer. Over here we have the NYX. That can give you like a nice little warm, you know, glow sort of moment. And we have the CoverGirl. And that just really pretty for the springtime and summer. Like you just don't want too much. It has a little bit of pigmentation, but not so much where you can't see your skin, you know. So I wanted to show you both options if that's all right. I'm just going to use a little bit of this of my little brush over here and kind of go in towards the nose, little contour of the nose, and kind of blend that out a little bit. And we'll just use a little bit whatever's left on that one, kind of blend them all together. How about that? So this gives you like a nice little warm little moment. So I'm going to show you both because I love both of these. So I will be putting these back in my rotation during the springtime. And you can also wear the NYX one during the fall and winter time either. But I think just, you know, there's those certain products that you use that just makes you feel more light and bronzy and, you know, gives you that little tan if you need a tan, you know, kind of a nice warm bronzy glow. There's these products out here like that that just really makes you feel that way. So I like to use whatever's left on the brush and go that way, a little bit under the eyes, just to smooth everything out. And that's what I got. So I wanted to show you a few eyeshadow palettes. Sometimes I wear eyeshadows, sometimes I don't. But today I kind of want to wear a little eyeshadow today. But let me go find the other two I want to just kind of recommend to you that I use sometimes. Okay, so I wanted to kind of share with you really quickly just eyeshadows that you can use through the spring that I like using, that I go back and forth with. So one of them here is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Heart and Soul. This one I think I might wear today, but this is a really pretty spring pinkish peachy color eyeshadow I like to wear. This is really like a go-to because they have this really pretty peachy shade that I really enjoy going and using. Like I'll use these two, which I might, and I go in with that nice peach shimmer. It's so pretty. You have like a pop of pink in here to like really warm it up for a nice hot pink summer night kind of thing. Very, very pretty palette. Definitely recommend that. Also, 3 Profusion palettes, which I feel like nobody's talking about those much anymore. These are really good go-to staples for me. I do have a few other Wet n Wild ones I go to, but like I said, sometimes I wear eyeshadow, sometimes I don't. Just depends on the mood. This one here you guys have seen. This is the Profusion Mauves palette. This is like my, almost starting to be my holy grail too. I love pinky mauves, little soft shimmers. As you can see, certain ones have been used quite a lot. This is just really pinky mauve colors that I tend to go to. Very nice palette as well. You could do like every day. You can do a nice soft pink that doesn't make you look like Pepto-Bismol or look like you got pink eye. You can definitely use that palette in something really romantic and spring-like. It's very pretty. Also, I like nudes. I like nude colors. I'm just that boring girl. I know. I like a little color once in a while. But this nudes palette, this is the old packaging. But they have new packaging, of course. But the nudes, this is, I mean, by far my favorite. You could tell colors that I go to. I usually use like these matte shades. And sometimes I would just keep it matte. And once in a while, I will dip into these shimmers here. They are very pretty shimmers. It's just, like I said, it just depends on my mood, that if I want a nice shimmer, I will do that. But a lot of times I just stick with mattes like that. But definitely this is a really good palette. Usually go to that most of the time if I'm not feeling more pinky. But this one also, the violets one, I don't know if anybody talks about these shades or not. These are really pretty purples. I like going lavender purples, but sometimes you can do a little too much and look like Ursula. You don't want to do that. So I like using really soft pinks and tones that I feel like it's just depending on the placements that you want to use it. I will do a tutorial on this because I did use this palette last week. I want to say last week or week before, and I never did film it, but I will use this in another video if you want me to. But this is really pretty for the spring. If you like colors like this, especially for spring, you want to do a little something colorful. I hear in California you have the Coachella, and you want to do something colorful and things like that. This could be your Coachella moment. Do a purple thing, fairies and whatever that goes on there. Haven't been to one of those, so you guys let me know in the comments, what's that like? What do you do? I'm a little intrigued by that. So, but really today I'm just gonna go off camera and do my eyes really quick. I'll let you know what shadow I use, what I felt like today. So I'll be right back. Just wanted to give you a little heads up on certain things that I like. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. So sorry it took a little bit, few minutes for you, but like a little bit longer for me. I was trying to get my shimmers together, so I wind up using my Wet n Wild Heart and Soul today. I did a little bit of peachy pink today. I don't know if you can really tell over it going in over time. So really quick, I'm just gonna show you what little blush I'm gonna use as a little topper. I'm gonna use the Milani. This is a little pinky shade. This is Sparkling Rose. So I like a little pink and I like a little rosy. I don't have the orange blush yet for the powder one, but I am going to get that. And I think, oh yeah, let me go ahead and tell you. There's a new mascara, sorry to say foundation, that is on the market. I'm sure you will get it if you haven't already. I did this in a little Instagram little introduction that I finally got my hands on. Allie Glines' mascara. This is the bee's knees. I tried it the other day and I loved it. It builds up really nice, so I'm going to wear that one today. But I also wanted to tell you another updated mascara that I have also fallen in love with. It's the Milani fan page, or fan club. I'm sorry, but it's a page. A fan club mascara. I have been loving this, so definitely give that a try. It does give you a little more lengthening and a little volumizing from me, because I do have long curly lashes, so this really is a really good staple for me. I have been using this for a little bit. So let me go ahead and do the rest of my face, and I will share with you what lip situation I did do. So we'll wrap up the video and kind of call it quit. So give me just 1 second. Okay, really quick, I'm just going to show you the mascara in action because I did a Instagram thing of it. So I'm just taking this. I usually like to do it down and then I go up with my mascara. This is the Allie Glines new mascara. So I am showing that to you of how this works. This is so lengthening and so nice. The formula is awesome. She did an awesome job with this. This is not too wet, it's not too dry, but it just gives you a really nice build, lengthening mascara. And she knows her mascaras because she has long lashes as well. I have long curly lashes anyway. So this just does what it needs to do, and it's great for every day. And I can't wait to see what she comes up with next. If she's working on a bronzer, because I know she loves bronzers. And if she does come up with eyeshadows, which I'm excited to see, if you happen to tell her, please let her come up with like a peachy color if she can, like a warm peach. I happen to love that color. So this is the mascara with that's on this eye, not this one. So you can kind of tell this is just really good for every day. It's so pretty and brightening, and you could definitely build upon it. It is buildable, so I like that. So get your hands on this as quick as you can. It's not Sephora, but it's right up there with just a really pretty everyday lash. What you see right now, I did a little green eyeliner from e.l.f. under my waterline. So usually in the springtime, I like to do like a different color waterline. I'll do green or blue or something like that. So that's kind of what I like to do once in a while. So today I just felt like doing it because I am wearing green. So but I still wanted to use this. So this is the mascara. So I'm going to build it up a little bit and go and do that eye. And then we're going to get to the lippies and I'll be right back. So this is really, really pretty for every day. So I'm using it every day. So I got a lot of things I got to do. So I'm running late right now. But be right back. Okay, so this is my final look. Had to let my little clips go down a little bit right now. So use the mascara. This is gorgeous. Allie, you are really killing it with these products you are giving us. I love it. So this is my kind of spring updated look. On my lips, I have the Milani Lifter Liner in a shade like a cool brown. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a cooler brown tone just to define my lip. And I went in with two of Wet n Wild lipsticks. One is in Rich Satin, the Rich Satin line, and this is Hush Little Beige. I did that on top, and then on the lower color here, I did Disco Rose on the bottom. Blended those two together and just kind of feathered them out with my finger. And then on top of that, I love my lip combos. I did a Wet n Wild little lip oil glow, and this is in shade Rose Quartz. So apparently we're in the rosy today, so we're in the rosy peachy stage. So this is my little finished look. This took a lot longer than usual for me to do an everyday look, but this is just a little updated stuff. But little drugstore things that I like with the option of Allie Glines' mascara. But I hope you guys like. I hope you enjoyed. Sorry this video was a little bit longer than usual. Kind of hard to start and stop and show you different things of what I like and what's going on. So, but don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I hope you guys have a really fantastic day, night, or whenever time you watch my videos. Thank you so much for subscribing. For those who have, tell a friend, tell neighbor, whoever that just likes makeup or enjoys probably long form content right now. But don't forget to follow me on my Instagram. It is going to be linked below. So by all that said, I hope you guys have a good day. I will do a maybe updated high-end look that can be spring-like too, so you get a little best of both worlds of products that I like. So without further ado, again, see you guys later. Enjoy your day. Bye.